John Wick is here, and I'm thinking we're back. We're going to dive into all 6 new things coming out, whether it be a sequel, a prequel, a spin-off, a video game, and all of that stuff. And you're going to learn just why the Baba Yaga has all this stuff coming out. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so we're going to go over each one of the topics as you can see on the left-hand side. Number 5, John Wick 5. Keanu Reeves will return. Chad Stahelski is directing. He's the same one who directed number 4. A story has been decided, which is amazing. They're getting it on the go. Unclear, but possibly takes place before his death. Now, personally, I think they should have done the fake out death, kind of like how they showed the dog looking over at the grave, and John Wick could have been alive. He maybe had a plan with Kane that they didn't show, or maybe there was something planned behind the scenes. Anyways, I think the best way to do this would have them going after the high table, because obviously the high table's where all the dirt comes, where all the bad people are, and how everything gets taken care of, and has been John's whole problem for his entire life. Number 2. Ballerina, coming out this year. Tentative plans for a sequel if successful, it's stated. Pretty much what it is Ballerina taking place during the events of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Eve Macaro begins her training in the assassin's tradition of the Ruska Roma. If you guys don't know, that is the ballerina, essentially. John Wick had the tattoo on his back. He got a favor done by them to help him out, and so on and so forth. She is deciding if she wants to be a force for good or a force for bad, even though in the end the Ruska Roma ends up sending John Wick after her to hunt her down. She has a choice, either walk away or attempt to survive. Will Eve survive? What will be her fate? Ana de Armas seems to be putting on a great show, and this is going to be an awesome movie, watching Eve against John in the big hit film this year. Next up, one of my most anticipated, I think, is the Kane spinoff. At the end of John Wick 4, Kane is walking with flowers towards his daughter, but as a hooded figure walks towards him, we then see it's Akira, the daughter of Koji, who Kane killed after he refused to yield and walk away from the fight. As she pops up this blade, the scene cuts to black. Now, this scene suggests that Kane's freedom from the high table and his commitment to his daughter are not a guarantee of his safety, as he has now created a new enemy that in Akira. The scene reinforces the theme that those who live a life of violence, like Kane and John Wick, can truly never escape their past and the consequences of their actions. And the coolest part about this is I'm hoping this is a sequel where, we're going to get a lot more of this. We're going to see Kane dive into what exactly happened with him and his daughter and all this kind of stuff, and how he knew John Wick in the past. Maybe there's going to be some flashbacks, have Keanu Reeves come on, show Kane and John Wick's interactions in the past, show why Kane is so regarded as one of the best assassins, even though he's blind. He is such a cool character, and I know Donnie Yen is going to perfect this spin-off. Next up, another one that's very interesting, a spin-off. Chad Stahelski's John Wick Under the High Table. Won't feature John Wick, obviously. Takes place after Chapter 4, which once again, giving us a sequel, building up all this stuff, and having John Wick 5 end this would be perfect. It's going to follow new characters, I'm assuming new members of the High Table, but hear me out. I would love to see flashbacks of this, because the High Table, or the Table, is a council of 12 crime lords that govern the underworld's most powerful criminal organizations. It is considered the ultimate authority of the underworld, and is feared and respected by all, up to and including John Wick and Winston Scott. The organizations represented by members of the High Table have many police forces, politicians, and bureaucrats around the world in their pockets, allowing them to conduct business with virtual impunity. The High Table was led by the Elder, who dwelled in the deserts of Morocco. We have seen him as he literally cuts off John Wick's hand for John Wick to get his redemption. It is the main antagonistic faction of the John Wick franchise, and maybe we'll see more into how exactly this was formed, because obviously I would love to see the 12 different crime lords. I would love to see how corrupt this whole thing is, but honestly, I would love to see this being a TV show. Make this like a 12-episode TV show and show us each member of the council. Next up, one that I think that was talked about for so long. Pretty much, John Wick animated The Impossible Task, aka The Ladder, and it's set before the events of the first movie and will tell the story of Wick's impossible task, the killing of all his rivals in one night to free himself from the high table so he can be with Helen, the love of his life. And obviously everything goes unexpected. John Wick has to come back at the end in John Wick number 1. But how cool would this be? How dark? And they've also said that Keanu Reeves will voice John Wick, follows him killing all his rivals once again. Shannon Tyndall, Ultraman Rising, is set to direct this. It's going to be action-packed and amazing, and I can't wait to see what they do with this one. And last but not least, but a big budget AAA game for John Wick is said to possibly be in early development right now. And how cool would that be? I would love to see Rockstar take this on, as they did really well with Red Dead Redemption, and they've done really well with every game they pretty much touch. I would love to see them do something with John Wick, make it an open world online-esque game where like you can create your own character and you get to go to the Continental and you get to do assassination missions, hunting down other rogue agents, and so much more, even possibly being part of the high table. How cool would that be? But that's all I got for you guys today. These are the 6 topics, being John Wick 5, Ballerina, Kane spinoff, Under the High Table, John Wick animated prequel film, and the John Wick video game. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you guys excited for these, and which one are you most excited for? Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll be seeing you. Have a great night.